Fine, in this video we are going to see how to convert this into HTML and CSS without using any framework. Fine, let's get started. So we have a file called index.html which has nothing other than just the font which I have added on the head tag and the external style sheet which is style.css. The first thing what we are going to do is we are going to add the body. So let me open the file for you. So let's start. We have our file name called index.html, so it is blank now. Let's style the body first. So to see the color, and let's give the background color which is a hex code, and then give the margin as 0 and padding as 0. And let's see how does it looks. Fine. The next thing, we need this whole section, so we are going to so that it stays on the center. So let's give the container of width as 700 pixel, and to stay at the center what we do is we are going to margin 0 auto. It's not going to show up because we haven't given any color. Let me give the color. So if you see, we haven't added the content here. Fine. Now if you see, we are going to add an inner container, and this inner container will have a property called display table, and whatever is there inside content, let's say content, we will make it display table cell. So let's add a content also. So the first thing what we are going to do is we are going to add an image. So for the image we are going to have image holder, and then we have image, and we have named it as one.png. It's in the images. Let's see how does it looks, and it is properly aligned. Now let's style the image holder. And if you see the image holder, so before the image holder we have content. Let's give the content width as 700 pixel, as like we have the size for content. So text align center. Now it's at the center. Now if you wish to give padding, you can give the padding. Let me give padding as 15 pixel for top and bottom, left and right 0. Fine, this is working. It seems we have some more padding over here. Fine, now let's work on this name. Fine, to have the text, I'm again going to add a let's give the company name, and here we are going to have paragraph. Let's say UI Monk, and let's style the company name. For it is going to have the padding top and bottom as 10 pixel. So let's see, and I want to give the color as white, and let's give the text align as center, and now top, left and right, and bottom as 0, and let's give the paragraph, a font family, Lato, and the font size as 20 pixel. And let's imagine it is taking the default margin as 0. Let's work on this. We can add a span tag just below. Nothing is going to get changed inside the company. And span tag. So we just need to add the font weight as 600. And I think this span has less font size. We'll make it 12 or 14. Let's add the line height. Line height as 1.2. I think it has some more padding top and bottom for span tag. If I make 15 top and bottom, span tag is by default inline, so it is not going to take, so we have to make it block. Fine. Now there seems to be more space above. Image holder. Okay, we'll fix it. But let's work on these icons. So fine. Now if you see, this is on a grid, so we are not going to use any framework. So for that, what we do is we will get outside the content, and we'll create a table with the ID called table container. The table, we have table row and one table data, and again inside table we will have a table with ID inner table, and we have one table row and 5 table data into 5, and here we will have image, and inside images we have image name. So let me copy paste it some more times. Three, 4, 5. Let me see how does it. So if you see, it is considering it as table cell, I guess. We don't need terminal, sorry for that. Inner container and content. And what we do is we have to place this table inside the content. Now let's work on the outer table and the table. Out table and the table. So the common things about table is that we have to make it display table border spacing as 0 and border collapse as collapse, and this is common for all the tables, and we need to add vertical align also. I'll do it. And vertical align top, and this is a common attribute for all tables, and we want the data to be at the center, so for that text align center. And this center will not work, this center will work only on the table row. Let's see what is making the cause. It is because we did not have the space. We have to give width as 100% as like the container which we have, and now if you see it is somewhat close, and we have to give the image height and width as 32 pixel. I will give inline. Now let's work on this padding. We'll choose the first table, which is outer table, and inside we have table row and the table data. We are going to give padding of top and bottom as 10 pixel, left and right 0 pixel. Now instead of giving, let's give the 80% width, 70% width, 60% width, and now it is working. And we'll choose this outer table and give the width as 60%, and then we'll give the width to outer table as 100%. And if we see the outer table, we'll use the outer table now. To have the text align center, and we are going to use our same old tricks, which is instead of using, we are going to use margin top and bottom 0, left and right auto. Now we can make this small and even small. We haven't added interest. Interest image is not available. Let me see. And now it is available. This is not going to, let's see whether it is making sense or not. No. Let's see. And for this inner table, top bottom 5, let us give some space by adding 40%. Yeah, somewhat close. Now let's work on this line. Again we'll have a table, again table, with id outer table 1, sorry 2, and we have tr, and then we have td, and again we have table with id inner table 2, we have tr, again we have td, we'll have span. Now let's do the same thing, hash copy same, and inner also going to have the same, but the thing is, for the inner table 2 we have table data, we're going to give border top 5 pixel solid white, and for inner table 2 we are going to add width to it, let's say 80%, so the line starts from the middle. So make it center, margin 0, auto, now it's at the center, and instead of 80 let me make it 90, then instead of 5 pixel border let me make it 1 pixel or 2 pixel. Fine. Now again this guy, we have somehow completed this till here, and finally we have, let's call it as address section, which is a class, and inside we have content, and we have some set of span tag follow with the line break. So this is the first content for the span tag, and this is second content for span tag, and this is the content for span tag. Now let's design this address content. So to add padding on top and bottom 10 pixel, left and right 0 pixel, and we have content, and then we have span tag. Let me give the font size to it as 12 pixel, and let us give the color as white. Let's give the text align center, and we're somewhat close. If you want, you can make the table again a bit smaller, let's say 35. And this UI monk, let's see what is causing some space between lines. Margin, yep, seems to be bad. Top, bottom 10 pixel, and somewhat close.